I woke up this morning and it was negative 5 degrees centigrade, which means right here in my city, Changchun, northeastern China, it's a good day. Woo! It's 0 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty good today. If you've been following news from around the world, you know that there is a virus outbreak here in China. Specifically, it started from Wuhan, and it's in other countries too, but mainly in China. But if you do not have family, or if you're not living in Wuhan or cities or provinces around Wuhan, then I think you're probably, or the news media is probably making you worry more than necessary. So I'm here to tell you what life has been in my city ever since the outbreak of the virus. And you probably think twice about consuming too much information from mainstream media because, we have reason to be concerned. Don't get me wrong, but life is going on here. I've been living in this city for the past 4 years, and I'll tell you more about my life ever since the outbreak of the virus. Let's get inside. I'll tell you more. First of all, it took me a while to record this video. As I came back from outside, I had a couple of things to take care of. The virus. I'm not an expert in pathogens. I'm not a physician. I'm not a biochemist. I'm not a biologist. So let's put that one aside a little bit. Now, the first thing I want to say is that regardless of where you are in the world, we have reason to be concerned, but we don't have to panic. And I'll tell you why. This is not a viral YouTube video just floating around. This is a real lethal virus that kills. In fact, it has killed people and is still affecting lives. But we don't have to panic, especially if you're in China. And especially if you're not in Wuhan, which is the epicenter of the virus, or where the virus is believed to have started its spread. So we don't have to panic because in any crisis, in any situation, panic doesn't even help solve half of the problem. In fact, in most cases, it complicates solution. It makes people misinformed. It makes people not follow the right thing to do in order to get out of the problem or the crisis. And most importantly, it sometimes leads to more casualties than the actual problem itself. So we've seen a lot of instances where stampede kills much more than the real problem, say fire outbreak or whatever it is. And it leads people to spread rumors and misinformations and a lot of things. Now, if you're in Wuhan, or if you have a family or friend in Wuhan, they have every reason to be scared because they are the center of everything happening. But that is why I'm going to speak to where I am. I don't have the first-hand information of what is happening in Wuhan. So I am specifically living in Jilin Province, the capital of Jilin, which is Changchun city. I've been living here since October 2016. And it's a really cold place. And we are in the winter season, which is also very important as far as understanding the spread of the virus here is concerned. Temperatures vary from between minus 4 degrees Celsius to minus 22 degrees Celsius, depending on conditions, weather conditions. So typically, people don't just go outside and just stand out and just spend time. Nobody does that here. Yes, you might go skating, doing other things, other recreational activities, which have been closed for now because such places are public places where the virus could easily spread, which is a good thing. But that aside, life here is mainly lived indoors. Because like I said, it's cold. And you saw me out there. That was a soccer field covered in snow. And it's been like that for months. So my city here is already by default, just life here in general, virus or no virus, we used to just being indoors and spending time indoors. So that helps a little bit. The next thing I want to talk about is the Chinese New Year. So typically during the Chinese New Year, some stores are going to close, obviously, because most people spend time with their family. And it just so happens that there is a virus outbreak. So there is some kind of coincidence. But it's typical that during this season, you find stores closed, some stores anyway, but not for long. As I'm speaking to you now, a lot of stores are open after the official holiday, which was Saturday. Most stores are open. There is no shortage of food where I am. The transportation system here has not come to a halt. The train has been running. The buses have been running. The taxis have been running. So services are still going on. You'd find a few stores here and there closed. But as I speak to you now, most of them are open and are back in business. My city is not on lockdown. We are not locked down. It's not like you can't go out to buy things. There is no shortage of food where I am. I've been to Walmart, to grocery shop. I got things that I wanted or that I needed, and people were shopping as usual and as always. I've been to a local store here, just a walking distance away from me. They had stock of vegetables, fruits, whatever, just like any normal day, and I got what I needed. So like I said, life has been going on here, and I do realize or recognize that some places like in Wuhan and in other cities around Wuhan that are on lockdown, things are different there. I don't know what's happening there, but in my city here, life is happening, life is going on. What's important is that we listen and pay attention to the precautions that we've been given to follow, which is wash your hands regularly, avoid contacts with animals, with other human beings, check your body symptoms. In fact, in my city here, there is a line that you can call if you realize that you're exhibiting symptoms of flu or any of the symptoms that have been communicated to us. You can just pick up the phone, call the line, report it, speak to the right persons, and I believe they're going to guide you. And I personally think relying on local information is very good. It's better than just tuning into some random media house somewhere talking about the virus outbreak in China, and only God knows where they get their information from. So I think it's better to talk to your friends, rely on each other, exchange information. So if, for example, if you're in my city here, do you know who to call when you start showing signs and symptoms? If you don't know, that's the kind of information we need to be exchanging. It helps the authorities manage the situation better than just hearing something from somewhere and then acting on it. So let's talk with each other. And if you are outside China and you have family here, there is no need to take some information. Of course, you can confirm certain things, but listen to them, where they are and what they are telling you. Take that. If they say that it's okay where I am now, I'm doing fine, that's it. Don't listen to some random media house rambling about something and then think that your family or your friend is unsafe. So listen to them. Let's maintain that one-to-one communication. Now, information flow is very key. It's necessary. I'm not downplaying the importance of general information floating around, but I'm saying that as far as helpful information that can be trusted is concerned, talk to the people in your locale. Ask questions. Share information. I'll give you an example. So we went to one of the local pharmaceutical stores, just walking distance from where I live, and they had no masks left. So that does not mean that the entire city has run out of masks. On any given day, whether there is a virus outbreak or not, it's possible to walk into a store and not find some products there. But there is a mall close to where I live also, just walking distance. That's one of the things that helps in China. Things are not too far, at least where I live. Stores are not far from us, like the pharmacy, like the mall, like the restaurants. Things are pretty close by, and that helps. So we went to the mall, and voila, lots and lots and lots of masks. So if I am to talk to someone who is also in my city who went to a nearby store and couldn't get masks to buy, and we had to exchange that information, all I have to do is just run to the mall next to me, grab some masks, meet him or her or them somewhere, and just let them have it. And then there's no panic. Don't feed on some kind of international news more than news in your locale. I get text messages on my phone from the city authorities at least every 4 hours, reminding me of things that I need to do. Wash your hands regularly, just the usual precautions. Stay indoors as much as you can. Avoid crowded or public spaces for a long time. And that's good. That's helpful. So, again, I repeat, we have reason to be concerned, but we have no reason to be panicking. And then the last thing I want to talk about is that this is not a China problem or a Chinese problem. This is a world problem if you know anything about the spread of viruses. So instead of just pointing fingers and accusing people here and there, just follow the precautions, do what you have to do. Stay indoors as much as you can. If you go out, let it be brief. Stay out of crowded places. And in fact, that's what we have been doing here. There's no cause for alarm where I am. Like I said, life has been going on. So wherever you are in the world, don't think this is China's problem and just talk about it in that sense. Think it's our problem. It's a problem with humans. And it's not time to talk about what could have been done, what we should have done. There are real people who are in real crisis, especially in Wuhan, who have real reason to panic and to be scared. There are real people who are in the hospitals. Real people have died, left their families. People have been quarantined. Even the doctors and nurses themselves who are standing for hours giving treatment to people. They have families too. Some of them have risked their lives. So let's maintain a positive attitude. Let's be hopeful. Let's stand together. If you can pray, pray. If you can fast, fast. Stand with China and pray and hope that the medical officers in charge, those who are thinking of ways to stop the virus, are able to arrive at an antidote. Then we can all be safe and life can go back to what it used to be. There's no more going to be fear and panic like what's happening around. And even now, it's not true that some embassies are not doing anything. If you're here in China, the Chinese officials, as far as I know anyway, have been working hand in hand with consulates and embassies here. I'm from Ghana, and for example, there have been meetings, there have been talks. The government is putting things together. There have been communications going on. There is, from what I understand, there is relief on the way to provide food and other useful resources for our brothers and sisters in Wuhan. And people are on their toes working. Let's not make it seem like nobody is caring and create fear and panic, especially for those in Wuhan. And by the way, if anybody thinks this is just China's problem and they have nothing to do with it, do me a favor. Walk to the nearest supermarket near you, pick up 10 products, 10 different products from the shelf. Check where those products originate from. And I bet you not less than 4 of them are going to say made in China. Yeah, so it does affect everyone. So let's stick together. Let's be mindful of our comments and be very circumspective about this. This is a test of human systems, really. That's what it is. And what it shows is how vulnerable we are as humans. And we have to work together to get to the other side and overcome this. Governments, health facilities, and institutions are always put on their toes to show how strong they are to handle issues like this. And I think from what I've seen here, the officials are doing their best. And I'm thankful, especially for a foreigner in China like me, being able to talk to my family, being able to make a video like this and access the internet. That is good. I believe that China is going to be good. China is going to stand together. I have friends here that I care about. I've made family here that I care about. So let's stick together and hope that we're able to find the right medicine or an antidote to this virus so we can overcome it. Thank you for listening.